My daughter said she had a surprise for show and tell, and when she opened her backpack, I knew I'd never be allowed at another PTA meeting again. The morning of show and tell, my daughter was practically vibrating with excitement as she shoved something wrapped in her favorite unicorn blanket into her backpack before I could get a good look at it. She kept giggling and telling me it was a surprise, and that I was going to be so proud of her when everyone saw what she picked. And honestly, her enthusiasm was so adorable that I just kissed her forehead and told her I couldn't wait to see it. She had been struggling to make friends all year and finally seemed confident about something, so I decided not to ruin her big moment by asking too many questions about what she had chosen to bring. The school had invited all the parents to attend since it was a special end-of-year celebration. So when we arrived, the classroom was already packed with moms and dads crammed into tiny plastic chairs while their kids bounced around showing off their treasures to each other. My daughter sat in the front row clutching her backpack against her chest like it contained the crown jewels, and every time I tried to wave at her, she would just grin mysteriously and shake her head like we shared some incredible secret together that only she knew the punchline to. The presentation started, and the first few kids showed off exactly what you would expect from a room full of 6-year-olds, including a pet rock with googly eyes, a soccer trophy, a stuffed elephant that had clearly seen better days, and one kid's collection of cool sticks from the park that he arranged in order of pointiness. Each time a new kid walked up to present, I could see my daughter getting more and more antsy in her seat, and she kept turning around to make eye contact with me like she was counting down the seconds until her moment finally arrived. Around the 5th presentation, she leaned over to her friend and whispered something that made them both look directly at me and dissolve into giggles. And I remember thinking how sweet it was that she was this excited to show off whatever special treasure she had found. Then right before her turn, she raised her hand and called out to her teacher in the loudest voice imaginable. "Can my mom please close her eyes until I say the magic word because I want it to be a surprise for her?" When the teacher smiled warmly and agreed, my daughter pumped her little fist in victory like she had just pulled off the heist of the century. I closed my eyes and listened to her footsteps padding toward the front of the room, heard her unzip her backpack and carefully unwrap whatever treasure was hidden inside that unicorn blanket. She cleared her throat with maximum dramatic effect and announced, "Today I am going to show everyone the most beautiful rainbow crystal I have ever seen in my entire life, and I found it in my big brother's super secret hiding spot, which means it is extra mega special." The silence that followed was so immediate and so absolute that I genuinely thought something had gone wrong with my hearing. And when I opened my eyes, every single adult in that classroom was staring directly at me with expressions of pure disbelief, like I had just confessed to a serious crime in front of witnesses. My daughter was standing at the front of the room holding up a ganja pipe with both hands, like she had just won an Olympic medal, slowly rotating it so the overhead lights caught all the swirling colors in the hand-blown glass while she beamed with the kind of pride that made my heart shatter into 1,000 pieces. My brain short-circuited trying to process the fact that my teenage son apparently had paraphernalia hidden in his bedroom, and my 6-year-old had just unveiled it in front of every parent from her class. The teacher looked like she might actually faint and started to stammer out something like, "Okay, sweetie, that's very nice. Maybe we should," but my daughter was not about to let anyone cut her presentation short after she had waited all morning for this moment. I tried to stand up and say something, anything, to make this stop, but my daughter immediately pointed at me and shouted, "Mom, sit down. I'm not done yet, and you're going to ruin the surprise." Every parent in that room watched me sink back into my tiny plastic chair like a scolded child, while my 6-year-old continued her show and tell presentation from her brother's stash. "My brother keeps this in a special wooden box that smells really funny," she explained to the class while pointing at the bowl. "And it has this cute little hole right here, which I think is for decoration, or maybe so a tiny fairy can peek through." One dad in the back row slowly lowered his face into both hands, like he was witnessing a natural disaster unfold in real time. Suddenly, a kid in the front row shot his hand up and blurted out, "Hey, my big brother has one of those exact same things hidden in his closet, except his is shaped like a mushroom with spots on it." Watching the color drain completely from that boy's mother's face was the only thing that made me feel slightly less alone in my complete and total humiliation.